So today I wanted to talk how our generation is eventually up because you see, with all those social media and scrolling stuff, you just really forget what you have in mind and what you have for your goals and stuff like that, and that's the real problem. So my solution, which I found during this whole time, first of all, actually let's talk about people. There are two types of people. People which are knowing what to do exactly to be able to achieve some sort of goal. And there are people which are not knowing what to do. Like, what do I have to do to kind of be, I don't know, shredded, whatever, fit? How can I prepare myself for this exam? How can I upload on YouTube, TikTok, whatsoever? How can I do this all things? And what separates and connects at the same time those persons is the procrastination. So the first person knows what to do, and the second person doesn't really know what to do and stuff like that. And the thing here is that they're both procrastinating and they're both struggling with some sort of things. So in today's video, I want to just represent how I deal with it. If you go out, your brain literally rewires everything. You forget about everything. You just kind of present. And 5 minutes can literally change trajectory for your day quite a bit, like a high potential and stuff. You know, it can change everything. So I've been going out for 5 minutes each day for a week, and dude, it's just changed my productivity overall because I'm being out, I'm hitting my steps in. I'm not on a phone constantly. And if I go home, I want to talk about that later on. If I want to go home, I go with the purpose to home. Like, I'm finished with my walk, and then I have kind of a purpose. What I'm at, what am I doing, etc. etc. And my thoughts are kind of clear. And the next chapter, what I want to talk about is eventually environment. So that's a crucial thing here because your environment is literally everything. What you're doing at home is what you always do at home. You're snacking at home, I'm talking about my case. If you're snacking at home, if you're watching Netflix whatsoever on TikTok, scrolling, procrastinating at home, you are gonna do this because that's just a muscle memory and a habit up there in your mind. And this is what changes everything. If you go outside, you don't spend kind of much time outside at certain places, and you're eventually not like procrastinating outside. Me personally, I go outside without my phone, and I'm not procrastinating. And that's the thing. That's the thing right here. Because if you don't procrastinate, you're kind of building a habit where you don't procrastinate, and you kind of have a place outside of school, outside of work, whatever you are, college, it can be everything. You have a real place where you like kind of calm and you are just doing shit, which is eventually good for you, for your future in this case. And yeah, and eventually, at some sort of point, I realized that if you gonna do this, if you're gonna use this stuff, going outside literally for 5 minutes, if you're procrastinating whatsoever, you're doing more than you've done ever. Like, really, you're going to home with a purpose. Like, you want to read a book. I'm going to home to read a book. If I have nothing to do, I go outside again for 5 minutes. And that's how you force your brain to go back and forth so you can kind of be with your thoughts with clear mind. I have nothing to do, so I don't have to scroll. And you're just literally thinking about that while you're going out, while you're chilling and stuff like that. You're just thinking about that and you can't like resist. So you go each time 5 minute in, 5 minute out if you have things to procrastinate. And then you go to home with a purpose. And the thing here is you will eventually do more things at your home without outside, without going there. Because almost all the time you're literally at home and you're doing shit. So it requires your brain to build a new habits and new connections with your room or with your apartment overall. It depends where you work. And this is where you eventually will work on yourself at home more than you were before, because you're doing this shit more. But yeah, again, go outside, that will change everything. This is just a game changer. It does not matter where you kind of go and where you kind of want to land. You're kind of doing, and if you're building a habit where you go outside each day for 5 minutes at least, I promise you that will change everything, because it really does. Like, that helped me a lot to clear my thoughts, and I thinking like all social media stuff is like for to have your attention with you, you know, to just grab it and use it as your advantage in social media to get money. So you're basically a money bank, which is watching pain and stuff like that, you know. And that's how other people make money, basically. That's how it just works, you know. And you kind of never know. So if you're not going outside, in my opinion, personal opinion now, our generations will not going outside like every single day at the room. You see those dark circles. This is because of this room, you know, because I'm always at the room, I'm doing nothing, I'm procrastinating, watching streamers and TikTok. And just trust me, if you get ass outside, if you get your ass outside for 5 minutes, changes everything. Literally everything. For top to bottom, it changes everything. Like, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't really matter for how long, but you just have to go outside, not on a balcony, not kind of open the window or something like that. No, just go and genuinely walk outside for 5 minutes. That will change everything. Just trust me. Thanks for watching and bye. Hope you enjoyed it.